Hey, Will Brink here, www.brinkzone.com, and today I want to talk about a major health problem, of course, going on in this country and increasing around the world, which is type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes can be reversed. It was not that long ago where doctors told people that once you had type 2 diabetes, it couldn't be reversed. And both studies and real-world experience have shown that really not to be the case. And more medical professionals are realizing that fact and do tell their patients it can be reversed. But the reality is very few type 2 diabetics will really put in the effort that it takes to reverse diabetes. It should be noted before I go forward talking about this that not everyone can reverse diabetes. There are genetic factors. There are also other variables such as how long the person has had type 2 diabetes and such. So it's not a universal thing that everyone can reverse diabetes, but there is a very large percentage of people, in the millions of people, that can reverse diabetes, and even if they can't reverse it, they can make it considerably better for themselves than they are now. So regardless, it always is worth putting in the effort. From a real-world perspective, I recently took somebody who was a friend of mine. I don't really work one-on-one with a lot of people anymore, but this was a friend of mine, and he is over 300 pounds at 5'9". His resting blood sugar was in the high 300s. His cholesterol was in the high 300s. He also had a urinary tract infection. He also had benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. So he was not in good shape. And he actually ended up at the doctor's because of having difficulty urinating. That was when they discovered the infection and the BPH and the type 2 diabetes. So basically, I talked with him, and he said that he didn't want to go that way, and he was willing to put in the effort to change it. And I gave him the tools and the information to do it, and he did it. And 6 months later, he's down 50 pounds. His resting glucose is under 100, about 100, 105, sometimes even in the 90s. And his cholesterol is fine. His infections are gone. His BPH is under control. And he is basically a new man. And that was done in 6 months. How did he do it? Honestly, it's not a miracle information. It's not cutting edge information or anything, honestly, that I wish I could say, you know, I had this magic secret. I don't. Basically, he had a major change in nutrition. Obviously, improved his nutrition dramatically. He added certain supplements that I had him add. He also added in exercise, obviously, which is a primary component. If you don't have regular exercise as part of your type 2 diabetes program, you are going to fail. There is no management of type 2 diabetes without regular exercise, and anybody tells you wrong is full of you-know-what. So obviously I can't give all the details of how he did this, but I will tell you it was very straightforward, and what I may do is have him on my video here sometime and interview him for people to meet him, or on my radio show. I haven't decided, but I'm going to lay out his full story sometime. But basically 6 months later, he has reversed diabetes completely. The word cure is probably not an applicable term for type 2 diabetics, but regardless, I can safely say fully reversed. And as of just a couple days ago, his doctor gave him permission to go off insulin completely. So he is now completely free of insulin. And if he continues on the road he's going, will remain free of ever having to use insulin again. And that, in my view, is pretty darn close to a cure, but I think, like I say, total reversal is doable. It is achievable, and I just did it. And I've done it before, and other people have done it before too. So if you have type 2 diabetes, you need to look into this and take this to heart. Again, the problem with diabetics is most of them are diabetic because of lifestyle choices they made in the first place. Now, again, that's not all diabetics. There are thin type 2 diabetics. They are rare, but we can easily say the majority of type 2 diabetics got that way by lifestyle choices. Poor diets, lack of exercise, so on and so forth. And I'm sure most of you are, or if you have type 2 diabetes, your doctor probably had a conversation with you about the potential for that even before you got it. That's known as metabolic syndrome, and that is basically pre-diabetic. And this guy was warned. He was told by his doctor also that you are probably heading towards diabetes in the next year or so. He didn't listen, and he ended up in pretty bad shape. But he has turned around. It can be done. It's something you can do. I will try to follow up with more specific information here for you. If that's something of interest, leave comments. Please hit the likes. And I suggest you subscribe to this channel because, as you can see, I give away a lot of insider information, and hope to see you all on the Brink Zone.